Hey everybody, Brian Von VA here, back at it again with another set of, with a great set of small, tiny, itty-bitty, short, silly stories, aka dumb, short D&D stories. If you have a dumb, short D&D story, go ahead and put it in the comments below or on our subreddit r/MrRipper. Alright, I'll go first. Last session, one of my players got mad and said he kicked a tree. I said to roll strength. Nat 20. Oh, this can't go well. The tree flies through the air, destroying several others in the process. Everyone has this type of story, but it's still special in my heart. Did a front flip to impress the daughter of a lord. Nat 1. My monk got a scar on his forehead for hitting face first on our wagon. My party was passing through a known bandit city to confront the big bad evil guy. A master illusionist gnome known for embarrassing royals and stirring up chaos. Our kobold artificer had recently completed a new bomb and was going to show it off to the party when a masked figure showed up with his masked bandit friends to rob us. We managed to defeat all but the leader, who unknowingly got away with the explosive using a smoke bomb. Turns out the masked man was actually the big bad evil guy who accidentally blew up his fortress himself and most of his minions, except for 2 of his apprentices who went out to get supplies and ended up the new big bad evil guys. TLDR. Big bad evil guy master illusionist robs the party in disguise and accidentally kabooms himself with the artificer's newest explosive. Our wizard got mad at the druid and kicked a tree, except she rolled a nat 1 and took 2 points of bludgeoning damage. Also, broke her pinky toe. We found a broken cart and asked our barbarian to break down a tree next to it to fix it. Not to cut it down, to break it down. The barbarian rolled a nat 20. You hit this tree so hard. Not only did you manage to break it and knock it down, but it knocked down another tree, which knocked another down. And 8 trees later, you disturbed the home of 7 woodland creatures who aren't very happy with you. Roll initiative. By the end of it, 3 out of the 5 members of our party had fewer HP than the number of fingers on one hand. But it was worth it. One session, my barbarian paladin became the face of the party when our other paladin got kidnapped. Dun dun dun. We were breaking into the big bad evil guy's city. He was the king of an enemy nation. I needed to cause a distraction for everyone to get into the city. I found a couple who turned out to be siblings and ended up casting ceremony as a wedding. One thing led to another and a knight approached and questioned me. I lied through my teeth and rolled a 6 on deception. The DM said it was nearly impossible unless the knight rolled a natural 1 on insight. And he did. The table erupted in laughter as I had successfully gotten the couple arrested for incest. It was Call of Cthulhu. Ooh, we don't hear much about this one. During character creation, I put points in the track skill because I felt like my character absolutely would have been in the track team in school. Wait, what? My character ended up panicking during the first session and ran out into the wilderness and got lost. I thought he was an absolute goner, but I figured I'd try to make my way back. It wasn't until this moment when the DM asked for a track roll that I realized my mistake and my luck. We all had a good laugh over it. Man, the amount of times I've heard people basically nowadays misunderstand one thing or another because, well, they're a little too young to know what cross-country is or tracking is. Yeah, it's hilarious. I love it. Some friends and I were exploring a cultist hideout in my DM's homebrew campaign when, I forgot why, Ultimer, the elf cleric, rolled a perception check while on a staircase. Nat 20. He became the god of stairs and was granted the stair sight ability. He could now see the history of any set of stairs while he stood on them, who had walked on them and when, what kind of shoes they wore, if any, and the exact material makeup of the stairs. That may be a little inaccurate, but it was something like that. I don't remember if he used the ability after that, but he became known as Ultimer, the god of stairs. Another funny story from the same campaign, While we were exploring a cultist hideout, my bard, Trevor, decided to rest for a moment on the couch. He fell through and landed under another couch in the building. Under because it was upside down. That sounds really cool. Later, the party was surrounded by cultists, and to escape, Trevor dove headfirst into another nearby couch. The party followed, and we ended up in a sort of subspace dimension with floating walkways of couch cushions leading to other couches. We used this newly found discovered dimension as a fast travel system and escaped the cultists by going to the nearby tavern, where we emerged from the couch and went about our day with nobody questioning us about our discovery. We were playing Out of the Abyss. Very minor spoilers, and I've never heard of this, so I'm excited. And I had a friend who wasn't the brightest. Ugh, we all have one of those. I'm probably that one. He went into Blingdenstone, the city of deep gnomes. That sounds really cool. As a deep gnome to earn their trust. He had no knowledge about the city, so no one trusted him. As soon as we arrived in the city, he tries to go grave robbing among the sacred graves of the gnomes. We see him when he gets back after we hear a ghost yelling, and my character puts 2 and 2 together. And then I steal some manacles off a guard and chain his hands to the bed. And in the morning, I went and got the guards. He'll probably get a light slap on the wrist since he didn't take anything. He tries to lie and get out of it, which causes him to be exiled. He then decides to attack the king, and the DM rules that he committed suicide by guard. Honestly, he just could have used his guy's self and walked back in. We're cool about it now, but man, it was dumb at the time. Yeah, I've had a lot of those people who just, they dig their own hole and then they just keep on digging deeper. And no matter how you try to help them get out of this hole, they just want to keep on going like a mole trying to find food. First time DM here. Hey, welcome. My players had to pull a hit on Clarg the Bugbear, heavily modified version of Lost Mines of Phandelver. Minor spoilers, I imagine. During the battle, one of the players killed his wolf, so naturally Clarg got pissed at him. During this, one of the other players got a nat 20 on their attack against Clarg. He survived with 1 HP and remained that way for 6 rounds. Clarg is now too angry to do. And at that moment, the Dragonborn cleric cast Sacred Flame, which finally killed him, or barbecued him. One of the most painful but most fun parts of the campaign so far. My players were tracking the enemy. Last they knew, the enemy was going east. They went east. They stepped on a tripwire. They asked about its positioning for some reason, and I mentioned the wire was tied to 2 trees, stretching north to south. They took this as a sure sign that they should be headed north. They're now going north. The enemy went east. What? Why? Why? Explain. I am beyond confused. I have one similar to that. Near the beginning of the longest running campaign I'm in, I think it was the 2nd session, maybe 3rd, our group got attacked by the mercenary gods of the merchant group we were investigating. They were rumored to be plotting a takeover of the town. Well, we killed all but one of them, and kept him for questioning. During the interrogation, he mentioned that the group of guards that had been sent to attack us had just gotten off their shift guarding the warehouse. A warehouse we were intending to scout out at some point. For some reason, everyone in our party, except for me, got the impression that this meant the warehouse was currently unguarded. Which was weird, because the guy even said that the next shift of guards had come in as their group left. But they were convinced that we have to go scout it out now because it's our best chance. Out of character, I knew this was not the case. In character, my character was like, maybe I missed something, and they're actually right. But either way, if I don't go, these young upstarts will blunder their way right into jail somehow. I wasn't wrong. One of our party members did, in fact, end up in jail. Our DM still to this day pokes fun at us about that. My party went into a magic shop where a wizard friend of theirs worked. They knew they would need a magic weapon for an upcoming mission and decided to buy one. Unfortunately, +1 weapons were incredibly pricey, so they asked their wizard friend for a cheaper option. He offered them one he made for about 150 gold pieces cheaper. The problem is this wizard is really bad at magic, with the exception of necromancy, which results in him being unable to finish the enchantment on the blade and fill in what he didn't know with necromantic runes, making one very cursed, very illegal blade. It's only illegal if someone knows that you're using it. When the curse was made clear to the party, the paladin decided it was worth it for a discount. Wait, what? The paladin, at this point, I'm surprised, did not just butcher the wizard and say, "You stupid, foolish man! Why have you done this? This is not only illegal, but it is immoral." "Well, I don't know. I just wanted to summon demons with my knife. I was spreading bread and butter, and one day I said, ooh, I can enchant this with demon energy, and lo and behold, a tentacle came out and spread butter for me." "You foolish mortal. I mean, I'm mortal too, but you fool! You've doomed us all! Now everyone would want automatic Cthulhu bread spreaders." Party of 5 strolls into the tavern. This sounds like a dad joke waiting to happen. A human barbarian, a human wizard thief, dragonborn paladin, goblin, fungal, druid, and my gnome artificer. The wizard gets caught trying to steal from the cash register, starts a bar fight, and instantly gets sent into death saves. The barbarian and paladin can't aim for shit, and whiff every attack while the druid desperately tries to heal the wizard. Meanwhile, I notice a kobold who tries to join the fight from behind the counter. I ask him to go back to his job and make me some chicken strips, and it fails due to a charisma modifier of -4. He rolls to attack me instead of the druid. Crit fail. Stabs himself in the leg. Fucking dies. I kill the kobold by asking for chicken strips. Well, it sounds like the kobold worked at McDonald's, because every time I ask for a chicken select from those motherfuckers, you know what they do? "Sorry, we are out of chicken selects." "Take it off the menu, you kobold fuck." We found an oni we were hunting. My rogue, being crafty, bought a keg of what was basically moonshine from the local tavern. Well, we scared the oni off, and we got paid. My Warforged has a sentient octopi inside him, controlling him like that tiny alien inside of that one guy in Men in Black. Can't get any dumber than that. So one campaign, there was this guy trying to play a chaotic evil vampire lord who has dementia and thinks he's a chaotic neutral wizard. Part of his backstory, his character really believes he's just a crazy old wizard, and our characters, as of yet, don't know any better. Well, one thing leads to another, and he's naked and running around with me hanging onto him like a water genasi flag, just waving along behind him. We all get summoned to the King's Hall, and when we get there, everyone is shocked and offended at his nakedness. My water genasi doesn't understand the human world quite yet and started taking off her shirt to give to him so he can cover up. That apparently was also not acceptable, to say the least. The king still gave us the mission though, so that's good. Hey everyone, Brian Von VA here. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and to ring that bell to get notified when we post a brand new video, short or otherwise. And make sure to leave a comment telling us your dumb, short D&D story. Try to keep it 4 to 8 sentences at the very most. 8 sentences is a bit long for a dumb little short story. However, we are not opposed to reading it, so comment. Comment, like the video, comment. We're going to be subliminal about it. Comment, do it. Or you can leave also a little story over on our subreddit, r/MrRipper. We actually check over there too. But your story, your experiences, content, all matters. We love it. We want to read more of it, so flood the comment section with the dumbest little D&D stories that you have. That said, if you'd like to come say hi to me, Brian Von VA, you can do so over on my Twitch, Brian Von VA. I'm a little narrator, little gamer, little fun. Now, if you want to see more about me, you can do so at my website, brianvonva.com, link in the description below. And, as always, I try to end things on a positive note. Ain't it just happy and nice to hear some dumb little stories every so often? I had a smile over my face the entire time reading this, because I just love silly little things like this. We need a break from all the scary, sad, and melancholy things in the world. And we also need a break from all the crappy situations and the very angsty ones too. See, in this world, it's never a bad thing to laugh and to smile, be it to have a joke character or not. It's just fun. So thank you guys and gals for making me laugh today. You really did, and I appreciate all of it. I love you all. Please be safe, be happy, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.